So I wanted to get another video in about talking about like some basics about bottom surgery. There is two flavors basically that each have their own individual flavors, but I won't go into all of that. There's metoidioplasty and there's phalloplasty. So my hair is itchy. I need a haircut. So metoidioplasty basically takes what you've got, whatever you grow at the end of, like, say 2 to 3 years, they will release it from the skin, wrap the skin around it, and give you your own sack of balls. And that's pretty much it. And then you'll be able to pee through whatever you've got. And a lot of guys who grow a decent length are pretty pleased with those results. I've seen some pretty decent size now. They usually end up being, about the size of a thumb, which is not a bad size. So when you have metoidioplasty, the results are fully sensate, which means you can get off by using it. That's pretty much a guarantee. You're gonna be able to feel it. The results usually look pretty decent. I've seen some really great results recently too. It's also erectable on your own, so when you become aroused, it lifts, which is great. The major drawback to metoidioplasty is the size. You basically end up with a little. It's small, so it's not terrible. Depending on what you need / want it for. A lot of guys are not concerned about the size of their area as long as they can pee through it. I originally felt that I would be in this camp. I told myself, it didn't matter how big it was as long as I could use it as urinal. That's really what is a big thing for me, because bathrooms are just such an issue. Another video, but let me tell you, bathroom dysphoria is a big deal. On the other hand, there is phalloplasty, and phalloplasty involves taking a skin graft from somewhere on your body, rolling it, and then doing various stages of plastic surgery to extend your urethra through to the tip, give you a decent looking glands, and you end up with, a 4.5 to 5.5 inch penis, which is great. The more I think about it, the more that's what I really want. The downside is, the positive is you get the size. The downside is that you will never be able to get it up on your own. Now, they have devices. I'm sure, if you've heard about phalloplasty before, you've heard about the inflatable pumps they use for, like, erectile dysfunction and things, where you can do the pump and then it erects, and then you can release it when you're ready. Those break about every 2 to 10 years, which is a lot of surgery for the rest of your life if you intend to be active. So I'm probably not going to be going for an implant. There is also I think 35% chance that you won't be able to feel through it. Now, like, you'll be able to feel it as in, like, you'll know that it's being touched, but some people don't develop erotic sensation afterwards. Now, this is not that big of a deal. There are several methods to ensure that you can maintain your original level of orgasm. So that's not a huge deal if you're not concerned about, having to get off through just using that. So that's fine. That's not as big of a deal for me. Again, for me, it's more about aesthetics and bathroom use. I feel like having something that's 5 inches is a lot easier to use in the restroom than something that's 2 inches. But, I also know that there's cis men who do have 2-inch penises, and I just don't know how that works, and I know that this is what I want. So, let's see. I've seen some cool ideas where, so it doesn't really, the skin tone is basically determined where your donor site is. Now, the best place to use is your forearm. They cut the skin off, and they use the skin in your forearm. So, because it has a lot of sensation, there's a lot of nerves in there, and so the blood flow and the nerves, and there's one long nerve in here that they use to connect in that usually then provides erotic sensation to the phallus, which is great. So that's probably where I'm going to go with it. The major drawbacks being the amount of hair, so you're going to have to get a lot of laser hair surgery on the arm, and of course the color. So, I mean, my arm color is not that bad, but I have noticed that what will end up happening for a lot of guys is they'll go ahead and get it tattooed so that it looks appropriate. And that's I'm definitely going that route. I am definitely going to get it tattooed. I want the final results to look good. So now I'm not sure whether that's something you end up doing before or after the surgery, but I'm thinking that if it's possible, I'm probably going to get it done before. This is years off. I mean, you have to wait at least 2 years to be on hormones before they'll let you do it anyways. Jen and I have discussed having children, and I'm the one who has to carry. So, children have to be knocked out. Pardon me. Children have to be knocked out of the way, and that's another 4 years, 5 years off. So, well, 3-4 years at this point. So I won't be doing this for like another 3 or 4 years, but I have considered that, like, if I do this, I'm gonna walk around with, like, Venus color on my arm for a while, which should be interesting. But as time goes on, more and more, I realize that this is something that I want to sort of complete me. And yeah, I'm pretty solid in this. So to finish this up, I am looking into surgeons for top surgery, and I found a guy who's local, who's been doing it for like 30 years. I saw the results that he did with another guy. They look pretty decent. Kind of at this point, I'm feeling that how hard is it to remove a couple of boobs, and so I'm back up. As long as the nipple placement's pretty decent, I don't see there being that many complications, especially for somebody who's been doing it for 30 years. I feel like if he's been doing it for 30 years, there's got to be a reason that people keep going. And, yeah, so I have a consultation scheduled with him on Tuesday. So I'll go in and talk to them. And one of the guys who went there recently said that his insurance paid for the whole thing. So I guess my plan is to go ahead and try to get an insurance plan that will do the same. I don't know if this guy just doesn't do lipo with it, or if he just includes the lipo as part of the surgery. It doesn't make. It's weird to me that insurance would have the doctors separate the liposuction out, because, like, you'd think that it's part of a package deal, but I don't know. Insurance is weird. So I have to go talk to this guy and see, what his pricing is, and what insurance company they particularly work with. And hopefully, come November, I'll be able to get the insurance plan that will work with them. And then hopefully, I'm going to spring for January. So hopefully by come January, I will no longer have the alien fat bags, as some of us call them, and I will be able to. I'll be topless. Like, I am so excited about this. To finally have this flat chest, because let me tell you, 2 layers of binding is just not pleasant. But not binding isn't pleasant either, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to having that out of the way. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys. If you have any more questions, I'm doing a lot of research on, mostly on phalloplasty at this point, and I can answer questions about top surgery if you'd like. Alright, thanks guys.